One, two, three. And welcome to Art This, first episode, fall 2018. John, how are you?
I'm very well, Stephen. How are you doing?
I'm great. Glad to be back.
All right, folks, you're here watching the show about the work that makes art work, and we have a fantastic guest today. Tell us about it, Stephen.
We have Bailey Henderson, traditional music major here at Morehead State University, interpreter of classic folk and traditional music, including gospel, and she will perform right here for us.
Fantastic. You're going to talk a little bit and hear some of her work.
Very excited to have her on.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it. Welcome back to Art This. Very excited to have our guest with us today here beside me. Her name is Bailey Henderson. She's a musician, singer-songwriter, performer, and interpreter of folk and traditional music, including gospel music. Thank you, Bailey, for coming on. So glad to meet you and see you here.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, very glad to have you. So tell us a little bit about what got you interested in playing music to begin with.
Well, neither of my parents play music, and my mom and my dad always sang in church in the choir, and we always grew up singing and just, you know, having a good old time. But out of the blue, I was like, hey, I want to play guitar, and it just took off from there.
So when you first started to play music, guitar, what were the first types of songs you liked to perform? Was there certain genres, certain songs you would try to reenact? Was there anything that stood out to you?
Well, what I did is when I got my first guitar, I learned the 3 chords, G, C, and D, and then I went to church, and I was like, hey, I learned how to play guitar. Can I play in the church band? And 2 weeks later, I was playing with the church, just playing gospel tunes and stuff like that.
Tell us a little bit about some of the gospel tunes, because I know there's a rich history in traditional music of, you know, going all the way back to, you know, the birth of rock and roll. They took songs out of gospel music and pulled them in. So what is it about gospel music that you enjoyed and you try to interpret now as you perform?
I think it's kind of like the message. Growing up listening to it, I love hearing the words and hearing the stories and the songs, and being able to play them and share them with other people like I got to hear them. It makes an impact on me, which I hope I can make an impact on other people as well.
Have you ever sat down in the traditional music archives and found some old tunes like that sort of inspired you, that you wanted to try to perform?
Yeah, tunes like we were talking about earlier, like Huckle Hen and Cripple Creek and stuff like that. Nobody's ever heard of them, and it's exciting to get to go and find them and learn them myself and be able to share them with others.
Yeah, so you perform with the Mountain Music Ambassadors. Tell our audience a little bit about who the Mountain Music Ambassadors are.
So the Mountain Music Ambassadors are an ensemble group down at the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, and we go around and we share the music, our traditional music that we get to study, and we perform local, and we even go to places like the Carter Fold and IBMA, and we get to show what we're learning.
Yeah, and talk really quickly about the Carter Fold. That is the traditional stage on the Carter family, famous Carter family stage, and Johnny Cash, I believe one of his last performances before he passed away was actually on that stage. Was that a big achievement for you to be on that stage?
Yes, it was so amazing. It's the history there was they had the store, AP's store, and that's where they started the music and the dances and everything. And to see how small that room was moving over to where the stage is now, it's crazy to see how much it's grown and how many more people have been getting involved in it. It's really cool.
And along with, and correct me if I'm wrong, Banjo Bailey, you're Guitar Bailey.
Yeah.
Another traditional music student, Banjo Bailey, and then one other person, and you are the Rosewood String Band?
The Rosewood Strings, yeah. Me, Guitar Bailey, Banjo Bailey, and Heather Alley. We all performed at the BCM here on campus last spring and last fall, and played in the Battle of the Bands. And
awesome.
yeah, it was very
see
fun.
You more out there. Well, hey, I tell you what, We're going to do a little break here, and how about you come back and actually do a little song for us? You up for that?
All right, yeah.
Okay. All right. Be right back.
They paid paradise, put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Took all the trees, put them in a tree museum, and they charged the people $1.50 just to see them. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Hey farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, but leave me the birds and the bees. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Late last night, I heard the screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took away my old man. He said, don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bailey. A wonderful performance, and of course, starting a new tradition here on Art This. Great supporter of our show is Lee Oscar of Lee Oscar Harmonicas, and we are going to award each guest with a Lee Oscar harmonica autographed by Lee himself. So thank you for coming on.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great to have you on. And we've got somebody coming up next show I think you're really going to like, Diana Foreman, who does jewelry and engraving on all kinds of materials. And we're going to send a crew into her and watch
Very
her laser
exciting.
machine engrave.
Ooh,
It's going to be
lasers.
awesome.
Whoa.
Yeah. She'll come in and show us some stuff and talk about why she does and how she does what she does. Should we jam our way out of here?
Let's do it.
You got something up your sleeve beside your arm you want to play? Yeah. Let's go.
All right. I hold hands, good old hands, she lays